Good morning, students. Okay, today I want to start the NEET or JEE 2021 program. Okay, already we discussed some topics in first PUC. Okay, just now I wanted to discuss about the basic concepts from start. Okay, from starting here. Okay, this video for first PUC and as well as second PUC. And here I want to discuss the NEET or JEE syllabus as per the NCERT along with by the addition of some different problems, some difficult problems, okay, with the different organic reaction, extending organic reaction, and also in organic chemistry we'll see in continuation. Okay, here I will discuss like organic, inorganic and physical like that, not first PUC and second PUC. Okay, here NEET point of view or JEE point of view. Okay, NEET point of view. Okay, here we have nearly 45 questions in NEET examination. Each question carries 4 marks, that means 180 marks. Total 180 marks for the chemistry. Okay, last previous 2020 exam, NEET 2020 exam, 18 questions from organic chemistry, 18 questions from organic chemistry, 12 questions from inorganic chemistry, and 15 questions from physical chemistry. Okay, these 18 questions appeared in NEET 2020 from organic chemistry, 12 questions from inorganic chemistry, 15 questions from physical chemistry. So here we have a more and more importance to the organic chemistry. Little bit organic chemistry tough, okay, tough than inorganic chemistry and physical chemistry. So I want to start the organic chemistry, okay, from the basics. Okay, I will explain as per the system. I will give one classification. As per that system, I will explain all those, okay, chapters from organic chemistry. And here JEE point of view, 25 questions will come from, okay, here chemistry. In that 20 questions, okay, MCQ, multiple choice question, 5 questions, okay, problem based or numerical based. Okay, numerical based. Here also each question carries 4 marks, total 100 marks for the, okay, JEE pattern. This is about the JEE examination pattern. This is about the just NEET. Here 45 questions, all 45 questions are MCQs, multiple choice questions. Okay, here negative marking is there. Each question carries 4 marks here. Here also each question carries 4. Okay. For the wrong answer, negative 1, minus 1. Here also for wrong answer, they will deduct 1 mark from the right answer. Okay, just this is about the pattern. Okay, here also same, maximum 50% questions came from organic chemistry. Okay, 25% questions will come from physical chemistry and 25% questions will come from inorganic chemistry. Here also same for the JEE point of view. So, okay, nowadays they are giving more and more importance to the organic chemistry. Some difficulty is there in organic chemistry. That's why they will give more and more questions. They will give more and more questions from organic chemistry. Okay, in first PUC and second PUC chemistry. Okay, last 2020. Okay, last NEET exam 2020. 46% questions from first PUC. Okay, 54% from second PUC. Questions here also same. Okay, 51% from first PUC. Okay, different questions are there, different papers are there for the JEE. For that, I am taking 51%, 49% from second PUC. That means they are giving equal priority to first PUC and second PUC chemistry. Okay, first PUC and second PUC chemistry. So you definitely read. Okay, you definitely read first PUC and second PUC. So give the same priority to first PUC and second PUC. Okay, this is about the just pattern. This is about the simple discussion of the NEET examination and JEE examination. Okay, in continuation, okay, I will start. I want to start the organic chemistry. Okay, before seeing the organic chemistry, before starting the organic chemistry, okay, how many types of chemistries are present here? We'll see. Chemistry. Simple discussion. Chemistry divided into 3 types. Already we know that one. Okay, so many types of chemistries are there, but our NEET level or PU level. Okay, here inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry. Okay, here organic chemistry. Organic chemistry. And third one, physical chemistry. Physical chemistry. One is inorganic chemistry. Second one is organic chemistry. Third one is physical chemistry. Okay, here inorganic chemistry, the study of all the atoms, the chemistry of all the atoms except carbon, we call as inorganic chemistry. The study of group elements, first group, second group, third group. First group, second group, 13th group, 14th group, 15th group, 16th group, 17th group, 18th group, along with the D block and F block elements, we call as inorganic chemistry. Okay, the study of carbon, okay, called as organic chemistry. It is also considered as carbon chemistry. Organic, it is a Latin word. Organic means life. Organic chemistry means life chemistry. Always carbon related to the organic related to the carbon. So we call as organic chemistry, also considered as life chemistry. Physical chemistry, here we will discuss about the physical properties of different molecules. Okay, we will discuss some numerical problems here. Okay, some physical concepts are there. We will see in continuation those physical chemistry topics. Okay, here in inorganic chemistry, so many topics are there. Atomic structure, chemical bond, S block elements, P block elements, G block elements, F block elements, general principles in metallurgy, coordination chemistry. Okay, coordination chemistry, hydrogen and its compounds. Okay, periodic properties and classification of elements. All those are okay. Inorganic chemistry. Organic chemistry means organic chemistry part 1, fundamental organic chemistry and hydrocarbons. Okay, alcohols, phenols, ethers, haloalkanes, haloarenes, carboxylic acids, aldehydes, ketones, ethers, okay, amines, biomolecules are there. These are the belongs to organic chemistry. Physical chemistry, thermodynamics, okay, states of matter, thermodynamics, equilibrium, chemical kinetics, solid state, electrochemistry, and surface chemistry. All these chapters, okay, belongs to physical chemistry. Total first PUC 14 chapters are present. Second PUC 16 chapters are present. Total 30 chapters present. Okay, 30 chapters are there here in first PUC and second PUC from organic, inorganic, and physical chemistry. Okay, here I want to start the organic chemistry, and here any point of view in in society point of view or in any point of view, most of the students, most of the faculties give the more importance to the organic chemistry. That's why organic chemistry, we study organic chemistry separately. This is not included into the chemistry. This we study this organic chemistry separately. My question is, why we are studying organic chemistry separately? Organic chemistry separately. What is the reason for the reading of organic chemistry separately? Any reason is there? Okay, we'll see in continuation according to my view. Okay, I wanted to discuss why we are studying organic chemistry separately. Okay, carbon chemistry, organic chemistry. Carbon mainly available in natural sources. Carbon mainly available in natural sources. The main source of carbon is natural things, natural materials. What are those? Plants, animals. Okay, all those are the living organisms are best example for the sources of carbon. Sources of carbon. Okay, carbon mainly available in natural source. That's why we are studying organic chemistry separately. Okay, why carbon mainly available in natural source? Why carbon mainly available in natural source? Due to catenation. Due to catenation. Due to the catenation. What is the meaning of catenation? What is the meaning of catenation? Catenation. The self-linkage of homogeneous atoms in cyclic manner or chain-wise manner is called as catenation. The self-linkage of homogeneous atoms. Self-linkage of homogeneous atoms in chain manner. This is the chain manner or in cyclic manner. Okay, this we call as in cyclic manner. This is the cyclic manner. This is the spheroidal structure. This is the spheroidal structure. Spheroidal structure. Okay, this structure is available in. This structure is present in the different hormones, different glands, like that. Okay, the self-linkage of homogeneous atom in chain-wise manner or in cyclic manner called as catenation. Due to this catenation, okay, it mainly available in natural sources. It mainly available in natural sources. Okay, my question is, why carbon only has more catenating property? Why carbon has only more catenating property? The bond dissociation of carbon-carbon. The bond dissociation energy, the bonding energy of carbon-carbon is more, nearly 360 kilocalories per mole. 360 kilocalories per mole. Okay, it has more and more. Okay, it has more and more bonding energy, bond dissociation energy. Okay, due to this more and more bonding energy, it forms more and more linkages in cyclic manner or in chain-wise manner. Okay, due to this more bonding energy, it exhibits the catenation. Due to the catenation, it are mainly available in natural sources. Okay, why carbon-carbon bond has more catenating property? Sorry, why carbon-carbon bond has more bonding energy? Okay, always most of the compounds are carbon-hydrogen compounds. Most of the compounds are in nature carbon-hydrogen compounds. The electronegativity of carbon and hydrogen same, nearly same. The electronegativity of carbon and hydrogen nearly same. Due to that, okay, there is no transformation of this carbon-carbon bonded electrons towards any carbon atom. So this bond requires more and more bonding energy. For example, if chlorine is there here instead of hydrogen, okay, electrons are transferred towards chlorine containing carbon, chlorine attached carbon. Okay, easily dissociate. Here carbon and hydrogen, chlorine is more electronegative than carbon. That's why electrons are transferred towards chlorine attached carbon. Here carbon and hydrogen both are having same electronegativity. So electrons not transferred from any carbon, not transferred from one carbon atom to another carbon atom. Okay, so it requires more and more bond energy. Okay, what is the reason? Due to same electronegativity of carbon and hydrogen, it has more bonding energy. Due to the more bonding energy, it exhibits the catenating property. Due to the catenating property, it is mainly available in natural source. Due to the mainly available in natural source, we are studying organic chemistry separately. According to my view, okay, this is the one question. Why we are studying organic chemistry separately? This is the answer. Okay, then in continuation, we'll see the organic chemistry, hydrocarbons. What are hydrocarbons? What are hydrocarbons? Okay, here I will discuss total organic chemistry. That means just classification, not total. Okay, just I want to discuss the classification of organic compounds or hydrocarbons. 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 Carbon hydrogen compounds are called hydrocarbons. Carbon hydrogen compounds. Carbon and hydrogen compounds we called as hydrocarbons. Carbohydrates are hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons. Based on the arrangement of carbon atoms. Based on the arrangement of carbon atoms, hydrocarbons were classified into two types. Hydrocarbons are classified into two types. One is acyclic hydrocarbons. Acyclic hydrocarbons. Acyclic hydrocarbon. These are also called as aliphatic hydrocarbons. Aliphatic hydrocarbons. Acyclic hydrocarbons and are also called as aliphatic hydrocarbon. Here, closed hydrocarbons are cyclic hydrocarbons. These are also called closed hydrocarbons or cyclic hydrocarbons. Closed hydrocarbons or cyclic hydrocarbons. Okay, what are the acyclic? There is no linkage between. What are the acyclic hydrocarbons? Okay, there is no linkage between first carbon and last carbon. Such type of molecules we call as acyclic hydrocarbons. Acyclic hydrocarbon like this: carbon, 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 carbon. Acyclic. There is no linkage between first carbon and last carbon. Such type of molecules we call as acyclic hydrocarbons or aliphatic hydrocarbons. Aliphatic hydrocarbon. Okay, here there is a linkage of first carbon. Okay, here the cycle start with the first carbon and also end with the first carbon. There is a linkage between first carbon and last carbon. Such type of molecules we call as cyclic hydrocarbons or closed hydrocarbons. Cyclic hydrocarbons are closed hydrocarbons. Here, acyclic hydrocarbons classified into acyclic hydrocarbons classified into two types based on the nature. Here, based on the arrangement. Based on the arrangement of carbon atoms. Arrangement of carbon atom classified into two types. Based on the nature. Based on the nature. Okay, here aliphatic or acyclic hydrocarbons are classified into two types. One is saturated. Okay, acyclic hydrocarbon, and second one unsaturated. Okay, acyclic hydrocarbons. Saturated acyclic hydrocarbon, unsaturated acyclic hydrocarbon. What is the meaning of saturated acyclic hydrocarbons? The molecule which have the one type of bonds. Bonds are two types. We'll see in continuation. Okay, sigma bonds and pi bonds. Sigma bonds and pi bonds. Okay, if any molecule contain one type of bonds, that means sigma bonds. Compulsory sigma bond. Always pi bond present with sigma bond only. Okay, pi bond never exists as individual, but sigma bond exists. Okay, here the molecule which contain only one type of sigma bond, only one type of bond, such molecules we called as saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons. Example for saturated hydrocarbons: alkanes. Alkanes. Okay, the general formula of alkane CnH2n plus 1. We'll see in continuation some of the example for alkanes. Okay, here methane, okay, ethane. Okay, in continuation I will give complete information, don't worry about that one. Okay, I am writing examples here: methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, like that. Okay, all these are the best example for saturated. And here alkane means carbon-carbon single bonded compounds. Carbon-carbon single bonded compounds we called as carbon-carbon single bonded compounds we called as alkanes. Single bonded compounds we called as alkanes. And here unsaturated hydrocarbons. The molecule which contain, okay, the molecule which contain two types of bonds. That means sigma bond along with the pi bond. Okay, those are simply considered as a unsaturated organic molecules. Unsaturated, okay, acyclic hydrocarbon, aliphatic hydrocarbon. Here example for, okay, here we have got two types of examples for these unsaturated molecules. One is carbon-carbon double bond compounds. This is the first bond is sigma bond, second bond is pi bond. Okay, carbon-carbon double bond molecules we call as alkenes. The carbon-carbon double bond molecules we called as alkenes. Example for alkene: ethene. There is no methane. Okay, propene, ethene, propene, butene, pentene, hexene, heptene, like that. Okay, here general formula of this one is CnH2n. CnH2n is the general formula of this alkene. General formula of this alkene. General formula of alkane is CnH2n plus 1. Okay, unsaturated organic, unsaturated aliphatic compound, two types. One is carbon-carbon double bond molecules, carbon-carbon triple bond molecule. In triple bond, one is sigma bond, remaining two are pi bonds. Remaining two are pi bonds. Okay, these carbon-carbon triple bond molecules we called as alkynes. We called as alkynes. Example for alkynes. And general formula of alkyne is CnH2n minus 2. This is the general formula of alkyne, CnH2n minus 2. Example for this, ethyne. Okay, in continuation we'll see the structure and all those. Okay, just I am giving names. Okay, ethyne, propyne, butane, pentyne, hexyne, peptyne, octyne, like that. Okay. C. Aliphatic hydrocarbons are acyclic hydrocarbons classified into two types: saturated and unsaturated. Okay, these are also called aliphatic and these are also called long chain hydrocarbons. These are also called as long chain hydrocarbons. Okay, long chain hydrocarbons. Then in continuation, we will see the cyclic hydrocarbons or closed hydrocarbon. If hydrocarbon, okay, hydrocarbon start and end with the only one carbon atom. The cycle or the molecule start and end with the one carbon atom. Such type of molecules are called cyclic hydrocarbons or closed hydrocarbons. Closed hydrocarbons. Okay, these cyclic hydrocarbons classified into two types based on the arrangement of atoms. Based on the present of atoms. Okay, here arrangement of atoms based on the present of atoms. Present of atoms. Okay, here cyclic hydrocarbons are classified into two types. Cyclic hydrocarbons are classified into two types. One is carbocyclic hydrocarbons. Carbocyclic hydrocarbons. And second one is heterocyclic hydrocarbons. Heterocyclic hydrocarbons. Heterocyclic and carbocyclic. Okay, here start with the carbon, end with the carbon, all are carbon atoms. If the cyclic organic molecule contain only one type of atom, only carbon atom, okay, such molecules we called as carbocyclic hydrocarbons. Carbocyclic hydrocarbon. Okay, if carbocyclic molecule contain X atom, X may be oxygen, it may be sulfur, or it may be nitrogen. Okay, in place of one carbon atom, if any molecule, if any cyclic hydrocarbon has oxygen or sulfur or nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur or nitrogen, we called as heterocyclic molecule. We called as heterocyclic molecules. Heterocyclic molecules are heterocyclic hydrocarbons. Okay, just I will give the example for heterocyclic hydrocarbons. After that, we'll discuss. Okay, this carbocyclic. Already we know about the benzene. This is the benzene. Instead of this one carbon atom, I am replacing with nitrogen. This we called as pyridine. Okay, here some students know about this one, naphthalene. We called as naphthalene. Instead of one carbon atom, if you replace with nitrogen, this is called phenolene. Suppose, for example, here nitrogen is there. If nitrogen present here, we call phenolene. If nitrogen present here, we call isophenolene. Here, this is the 6 member, this is the 10 member, this is the 10 member. Here I am writing 5 member. Okay, 5 member, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 member. This we called as furan. Okay, here, this we called as thiophene. 5 member with oxygen we called furan. 5 member with sulfur we called as thiophene. Okay, here H. This we called as pyrrole. Hemoglobin contain these pyrrole rings. Hemoglobin contain 4 firing rings. Okay, 4 pyrrole rings. It contain 4 pyrrole rings. Okay, 4 pyrrole rings attached with the iron Fe+2 ion. That is the hemoglobin structure. Hemoglobin contain pyrrole rings. These are the best example for heterocyclic hydrocarbon. Okay, all corners are carbon atoms. Along with the carbocyclic molecule, it contains 1 or 2 atoms of other atoms. Such atoms are called heteroatom. Heteroatom containing molecules we consider as a heterocyclic molecules or heterocyclic hydrocarbons. Okay, this is about the heterocyclic hydrocarbon. I don't want to go for the more of this heterocyclic hydrocarbon. We'll see in continuation. Next, carbocyclic hydrocarbons is there. Carbocyclic contain only one type of carbon atom. These are also classified into two types. One is saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons, unsaturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons. For the saturated means already I explained. The cyclic hydrocarbon which contain only one type of bond, only sigma bonds. Those are simply considered as saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons. Saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbon. Example for saturated hydrocyclic hydrocarbons, cycloalkanes. The general formula of cycloalkane is equal to the general formula of alkene. Cycloalkane and alkenes are both are functional group isomers and ring chain isomers. It contains alkane functional group, it contains alkene functional group, and both are functional isomers, and it is present in a chain cyclic manner. It is present in a chain manner, so ring chain isomers. General formula of this one is CnH2n. Here cyclic structure possible from only 3 carbon atom: cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, cycloheptane, cyclooctane, octane. In that cyclohexane is more stable. We'll see in conclusion why it is more stable. These are the examples for cycloalkane and saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons. Then in continuation, unsaturated. Unsaturated means, what is the meaning of unsaturated? The carbon molecules, the cyclic carbocyclic molecule which contain double bond or triple bond, we called as unsaturated molecules. We called as unsaturated molecules. Here we call as the carbocyclic molecule which contain double bond or triple bond. Carbon double bond carbocyclic molecules we called as aromatic compounds. We called as here aromatic. These are also called as aromatic. Okay, here we called as cycloalkenes. We called as cycloalkenes. Here cycloalkynes. Cycloalkenes and cycloalkynes. Okay, here we'll see the example for cycloalkenes and cycloalkynes. Okay, benzene is the best example for cycloalkene. Cycloalkene is the example for cycloalkene, benzene. Okay, here benzene. Okay, naphthalene. This we called naphthalene. Okay, here we have the one more compound. All these are. This is called anthracene. This is benzene. This is naphthalene. All these are the best examples for cycloalkenes. Benzene, naphthalene, anthracene. Okay, these are called aromatic compounds. These are simply considered as aromatic compounds. Okay, aromatic compounds. Aroma means pleasant odor. The molecule which has pleasant odor, those are simply considered as aromatic compounds. Aromatic compounds can be divided into two types: benzenide aromatic compound, non-benzenide aromatic compound. We'll see in continuation that classification also. Okay. Here all these are the benzene ring. It contains benzene ring. It contains benzene ring. Benzene ring. These are benzenide aromatic compounds. Okay. Cycloalkynes. Okay. Cycloalkyne means the cyclic molecule, the carbocyclic molecule which contain triple bond. We called as cycloalkynes. Example for this, benzene. Benzene means, right, benzene. This is a benzene. Here we have the triple bond. This we called as benzene. Okay, this is about the classification of carbocyclic hydrocarbons, heterocyclic hydrocarbons, and cycloalkenes. Cycloalkenes means, the cycloalkenes are unsaturated cycloalkenes simply we called as aromatic compounds. We'll see the aromatic compound. What is the meaning of aromatic? Okay, here in continuation we'll see the aromatic. What is the meaning of aromatic? Okay, aroma means pleasant odor. The pleasant odor containing molecules we called as aromatic compounds. Okay, here aromatic compounds. Okay, classified based on their structure into two types: benzenoid aromatic compounds. And second one is non-benzenoid aromatic compounds. Non-benzenoid aromatic compound. Benzenoid aromatic compounds, non-benzenoid aromatic compound. Both shows aroma. both having aroma odor and pleasant odor. Okay, benzenide aromatic compound is the aromatic compound which contains benzene structure. We call as benzenide aromatic compound. Okay, here non-benzenide aromatic compound means the aromatic compound which not contain the benzenide structure, benzene structure. Those are simply considered as a non-benzenide aromatic compounds. Non-benzenide aromatic compound. Okay, here I am giving some examples. Okay, benzene is the mother compound for aromaticity. It's a benzene. Okay, here naphthalene. Okay, this is also one way to write the benzene structure. Naphthalene. And here anthracene. This we call as anthracene. Okay, pyridine. Sorry, not pyridine. Quinoline. Quinoline. Okay, here isoquinoline. This is isoquinoline. Okay, so many examples are there for the benzenide aromatic compound. Okay, so many examples are there. These are some of the important examples for the benzenide aromatic compound. Non-benzenide aromatic compound. Example for the non-benzenide aromatic compounds. Non-benzenide aromatic compound not having the benzene structure. Not having the benzene structure. Okay, this is the one molecule. Okay, here 1, 2, 3. 3 carbon atoms all are present in cyclic. Cycloprop. Ene is there. Cyclopropenium. Positive charge is there. Cation. This is also one of the aromatic compound. Cyclopropenium cation. It is one of the aromatic compound. And here we have one more aromatic compound. This is also one of the aromatic compound. Why it is aromatic in continuation we'll see. Okay, we get cyclic, all cyclic. Okay, here 5 carbon atoms are there. Penta, diene, 2 double bonds are there. Anion. Cyclopentadiene anion, also one of the non-benzenide aromatic compound. Okay, here okay, this is also one type of molecule. Here 7 carbon atoms are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbon atoms are present. All are present in cycloheptatriene. First charge is there, I use I cation. Cycloheptatrienal cation. This is also one of the non-benzenide aromatic compound. This is also called tropylium cation. This is we called as tropylium cation. Okay, here aromatic compounds classified into 2 types. What are those? Aromatic compounds classified into 2 types. What are those? One is benzenide aromatic compound and second one is non-benzenide aromatic compound. Benzenide, what are the example for benzenide aromatic compound? Benzene, naphthalene, anthracene, quinoline, isoquinoline. What are the example for non-benzenide aromatic compounds? Cyclopropenium cation, pentadiene anion, cycloheptatrienal cation. We also called tropylium cation. Okay, this is about the classification of hydrocarbons. Okay, hydrocarbons are classified into 2 types. One is acyclic hydrocarbons, third one is cyclic hydrocarbon. Acyclic classified into 2 types based on the nature. Saturated acyclic hydrocarbons, unsaturated acyclic hydrocarbons. Okay, cyclic also classified into 2 types. Okay, here carbocyclic and heterocyclic. Okay, here example for saturated aliphatic hydrocarbons, alkenes. What are the alkenes? Carbon-carbon single bond compounds are called alkenes. Okay, example for unsaturated aliphatic compound, alkenes and alkynes. Carbon-carbon double bond compounds, carbon-carbon triple bond compounds are called alkenes and alkynes. Okay, that is about the one part, that is aliphatic. Then we will move into the cyclic, carbocyclic and heterocyclic. Already we discussed this heterocyclic. Example for heterocyclic, okay, furan is there, thiophene is there, phenol is there, quinoline is there, isoquinoline, pyridine. So many examples are there for the heterocyclic organic molecules. Okay, carbocyclic hydrocarbon again classified into two types: saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons, unsaturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons. Saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons are also called as alicyclic. I forgot the word. Okay, carbocyclic hydrocarbons, saturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons are also called as alicyclic. These are acyclic. Okay, the first one is acyclic, this one is alicyclic. Okay, then after that, example for alicyclic: cycloalkane, cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, cycloheptane, cyclooctane. All those are the best example for those. Okay, and here unsaturated carbocyclic hydrocarbons are also called as aromatic hydrocarbons. Aroma means pleasant odor, we called as aroma. Okay, aromatic compound. Carbon-carbon double bond containing carbocyclic hydrocarbons are called cycloalkenes. Example for cycloalkenes: benzene. Okay, benzene containing molecules are called aromatic compound. Aromatic compounds classified into two types: benzenide aromatic compound, non-benzenide aromatic compounds. Okay, and here example for cycloalkynes. One of the best example for cycloalkyne is benzene. Okay, cycloalkene is benzene, cycloalkyne is benzene. This is the simple classification of this one, classification of organic molecules. Okay, in continuation, we'll see some more important concept. Okay, here today we discussed catenation. That is the one of the important property of carbon, catenation, and I wanted to discuss about the. Okay, here I wanted to discuss about the tetravalency of carbon. Carbon exhibits tetravalency. How carbon exhibits tetravalency and why carbon exhibits tetravalency? Okay, in ground state it exhibits divalency, but in excited state it exhibits tetravalency. Why it exhibits tetravalency? Why tetravalency is more stable than divalency? We'll see in continuation. Okay, here carbon. Okay, carbon. What is the carbon electronic configuration? Carbon electronic configuration. Carbon atomic number 6. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Okay, 6 na 2p2. What is the outermost electronic configuration of carbon? Outermost means last orbit. Okay, 2s2, 2p2 is the outermost electronic configuration. Outermost. Okay, here electronic configuration. Outermost electronic configuration of carbon atom. Okay, here 2s2, 2p2. Okay, it is in ground state. Okay, here right. Carbon ground state, outermost electronic configuration. What is that? 2s2, 2p2. 2s2, 2p2 write in orbital form. In basket. 2s2 here, 2p2. Here px, py, pz. One electron here, one electron here. Okay, third electron is there present here, fourth present here, fifth present here, sixth present here. According to the principles, or we will see electronic configuration principles. Okay, here two lone electrons are there. That means carbon form only two bonds. Carbon forms two bonds means here 4 electrons are there. Okay, forms two bonds means 2 more electrons added. That means 6 electrons. Okay, that means it is a not octet rule. Not follows the octet rule. If carbon or any atom has 8 electrons in outermost, that should be stable. That is the one of the fundamental principle given by the IUPAC that we called as octet principle. Okay, here what happened? In ground state it is unstable. What happened? When it reached with the any atom, then carbon is reached with the any atom. One of the electron from 2s orbital to excited 2s orbital to 2p orbital. One of the electron get excited 2s orbital to 2p orbital. That first electron we called as first excited state. First excited state. Here I am writing carbon first excited state outermost electronic configuration. Okay, what is the first excited state outermost electronic configuration of carbon? From 2s orbital, one electron get excited from 2p orbital. So it becomes 2s1. Here it becomes 2p3. Here 1 electron. Here 3 electrons. 1, 2, 3. Here we have the off-field electronic configuration. Off-field electronic configuration. Okay, if any atom has off-field electronic configuration or completely field electronic configuration in their outer mode, that should be stable due to the more symmetry. Okay, the symmetrical arrangement of atoms. The symmetrical arrangement of atom gives the more stability. You are sitting in class, okay, in systematic manner, okay, there is no disturbance. For example, if you sit in any meeting, any other political meeting or any other meeting, there is more disturbance. There is no symmetrical order. Here is symmetrical order. Symmetrical order gives more stability than the unsymmetrical order. Due to the off-field electronic configuration and symmetrical arrangement of electronic configuration, okay, if carbon has 4 electrons in outermost, should be stable, and carbon always forms 4 bonds that we call as tetravalency of carbon. That we call as tetravalency of carbon. Why tetravalency is more stable? Due to the off-field electronic configuration, symmetrical arrangement of electrons. Symmetrical arrangement of electrons. Symmetrical arrangement of an electron gives more and more stability to the molecule. Okay, and here 4 electrons are there. It reacts with 4 atoms and form and have 8 electron in outermost. 8 electron in outermost means it follows octet principle. It allows it to gain octet rule. It shows octet. It follows octet rule. It fits octet rule in tetravalency only. According to the octet principle, it is stable. According to the IUP off-field electronic configuration, it is stable. That's why carbon exhibits tetravalency only. Tetravalency is stable. The important properties of carbon two: only one tetravalency, and second one is catenation. What is the meaning of catenation? The self-linkage of homogeneous atoms. The self-linkage of homogeneous atoms we simply called as a catenation. Why carbon exhibit? Okay, why carbon exhibit catenation? Okay, due to the more bonding energy. Due to the more bonding energy, carbon exhibits catenating property. More bonding energy of carbon-carbon atom, that is nearly 360 kilocalories per mole. Okay, these are the important fundamentals of organic chemistry. This is a simple classification. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the one more important concept. Okay, with 1 or 2 days, I want to start a UPSC nomenclature. Okay, of organic molecule. That is the fundamental and important basic concept of organic chemistry. If we don't know the name, we can't write anything. If you know the name of organic molecule, we can write something. Okay. Thank you.